Now I will be drafting a vertical waist dart using our foundation pattern or sloper. This way, you will be seeing how we use the sloper to draft other dress styles. First, I will align the center front on this straight line of our pattern paper. Then, I will be tracing the neckline. Now, I am tracing the shoulder line. Now, I am tracing the armhole curve. And I will be tracing the corner of the side seam and the upper part of the side seam until these dart lines. I will be marking where the dart lines end. Since we have this hidden dart, I will shift or pivot my sloper this way so that the lower part will also be centered on the straight line of the pattern paper. And I will be tracing the lower part of the side seam, the corner of the waistline, and eventually the waistline curve or the adjusted waistline. I will also mark the original waistline level. I will mark the front chest level, and I will also mark the bust armhole level. I will be connecting the broken line of the neckline curve. Then, I will connect the shoulder line with a straight line. Then, the armhole curve, I will start connecting the broken lines. Here, there's a straight line on the upper side seam. Here's the line or curve of the dart. And here, well, you can actually connect the broken line this way. Because remember, we actually connected this side of the side seam with the curve ruler. And we can actually use the curve ruler to connect these points, which is the adjusted waistline. Now, I will be drawing the original waistline level. I will be drawing the bust line, but I will have to adjust this. I'll follow this line, the corner of the armhole curve and the side seam. We're using a triangle ruler. There's a little change because of the hidden dart. Then the front chest line or level. I can mark this front. Now we will be plotting the dart lines. To get the tip of the dart line point, I'll put this paper under just to protect my table. Place my sloper above the pattern paper, and with a pin, I will mark the end of our dart. Okay? So now, this is our dart point. Now, I can connect this dart point towards the tip of the bust point or our dart point. This way. Okay? This point is the level of the tip of the bust. So from here, we will get 1/2 of the distance of the bust. Since this is a medium figure, the standard measurement for the distance of the bust is 7 inches or 18 centimeters. We get 1/2 of that, which is 3.5 inches or 7.5 centimeters, and we mark it here. Okay? So, this now is the 1/2 of the distance of the bust. To get the vertical waist dart, we also have to bring this line down by squaring it down to the end of the pattern for the front bodice. Now, for the tip of the vertical bust dart, we will go down 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters. We mark it there. So this connecting line from this point down to the waistline is the center of the vertical dart lines. So from here at the bottom of the center dart line, we will go out towards the left 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters, and we also go out 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters towards the right. From here, we will connect this point to these points, but we have to use the curve ruler. We can't use a straight line to connect this. So we will connect this point to this point using the curve ruler. We use this side of the curve ruler. Then we reverse the ruler this way and connect the 2 points again, this point to this point. Okay? This will produce a softer curve line, which is better than connecting the points with a very straight line. The width of the vertical dart is equal to 1 inch. So our waistline measurement of 1/4 of the waistline measurement will run short unless we add here. We have to add 1 inch also to make up for the dart allowance. Then we will have to fold the bust dart lines. We will have to fold it this way. And we have to make sure that the first line and the third line are really on top of each other. There shouldn't be any space or our pattern will not be exact. Okay. Then we will connect this point, the corner of the armhole curve and the side seam to the adjusted waistline using this side of the curve ruler. Now, we will also have to adjust this a little. We will have to connect from the adjusted point until the center of the adjusted waistline. Here. This is how to draft a pattern of a basic dress with waistline with the regular bust dart and the vertical waist dart. Now we can cut this. So now we will be cutting this. Okay, now we have completed the pattern of a basic dress with the additional vertical dart. Now I will also be drafting the basic back bodies with the vertical waist dart, and I will be using this foundation pattern or sloper. We have the zipper allowance here as well as here on the sloper. So again, we will trace the neckline. Then we will trace a shoulder line, the corner of the armhole curve until the full curve of the armhole. Then we trace the corner of the side seam, and since we have this hidden dart, we just have to make a little adjustment here. So this one got lower. We trace the side seam line, the corner of the waistline, and the waistline. Then, we can mark the back chest level. We can also start connecting this. We square this out. We also mark the bust level and the armhole level by squaring it from the center back outwards on the corner of the armhole curve and the side seam. And again, we will square the waistline. Just make an adjustment. You have to follow this corner. Okay, I will start connecting the broken line of the neckline. and also the shoulder line. I will connect the broken lines with a straight line, and I will also connect the broken lines of the armhole this way. The side seam, I can use my curve ruler. Okay, now I will close the regular bus dart of our front bodice pattern, and I will check if the side seam of the front bodice and the back bodice are of the same length. It has to be of the same length. If it's not of the same length, as you can see here, just make an adjustment. So we will shorten this a little, the waistline level of the back. If you also want, it's not necessary, but if you want to put a vertical waist dart on your back bodice pattern, again, get 1/2 of the distance of the bust. We mark it here and square it this way until the bottom or waistline of the back bodice pattern. Now for the vertical waist dart of the back bodice, you will have to extend this line upwards. From our experience, it is necessary that the end of the vertical waist dart for the back is 1 inch higher than the armhole bust level. Otherwise, there will be a little fullness here and you'll have to make alterations. We're avoiding you from making further alterations. Okay, and on the waistline, we will go out on the left side 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters, and on the right side from the center line of the dart, we will go out 1/2 of an inch or 1.3 centimeters. Now for the back, we can connect the points with a straight line. Okay, since we added the vertical waist dart here, which if we close will eat up one inch of our waistline, we have to add 1 inch here. Then, using the curve ruler, we will connect from this corner of the armhole curve and the side seam until the waistline level, this way. There. This is the back bodice pattern with the vertical waist dart. And we can start cutting this. Now we're cutting the neckline curve. So we've completely finished drafting and cutting the front bodice with the regular bust dart and the vertical waistline dart, and the back bodice pattern with the vertical waistline dart. Now that I am done adding the vertical waist dart on the front and the back bodice patterns, I will have to check if the vertical waist dart on the front bodice and the vertical waist dart on the front skirt pattern are aligned. So, as you can see, it's not aligned. The center front of the front bodice and the center front of the front skirt patterns are aligned. And here, as you can see, the measurement of the waistline of the front bodice pattern and the front skirt pattern are more or less the same. There's no need to make any adjustment. Just in case there is a need for an adjustment, always follow the bigger measurement. Anyway, here, again, the adjustment should be done on the skirt part of the pattern. So, you see this line of the dart of the front bodice pattern, I will bring this down here. And this line, the outer line on this right side of the dart line, I will also bring down here on the skirt pattern. So now I will connect this adjusted mark to this end point of the vertical waist dart. And again, I will connect this adjusted mark to the end point of the vertical waist dart. You will have to do the same thing for the back bodice pattern, the back skirt pattern. Just make sure that the darts are aligned. This way, when this is sewn together and this is sewn together, the dart lines, the vertical dart line of the bodice and the skirt will be aligned.